We clearly have a constitutional crisis. As we speak, we do not have a deputy president.
Yes.
We have two deputy presidents. Okay?
Nilisoma gazeti ya Standard ilikuwa inasema illegitimate DP. Ni wangapi walisoma hiyo? Mlisoma hiyo? Kwa hivyo sasa DP ni nani? Kwa hivyo ni huyu Gachaguas.
Now allow me to ask a rhetoric question. I mean, who would become the president of Kenya today if, God forbid, anything happens to President William Ruto? The reason I'm asking this question is because according to the ruling by the Court of Appeal that was made on Friday last week, it ruled that in the process of impeaching the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was a sham. Now, what that literally taught us as the people of the Republic of Kenya, and as legal minds have elaborated the ruling of the Court of Appeal to us, is that currently we have two Deputy Presidents of the Republic of Kenya, which means Rigathi Gachagua is a Deputy President, though not in office, and Kithure Kindiki, the DP who was sworn on 1st of November 2024, still owns the office as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, God forbid, I asked, who would literally become the president if something happened to President William Ruto and he cannot continue leading this republic? That is the question that we are asking. Now, according to the latest report and details that are unfolding, people who have knowledge on matters, the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, are currently elaborating to us what is currently happening in the country according to the latest ruling that was made by the Court of Appeal. Now, diving deep into it, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, or call him Abra K if you wish, he owns the office of the Deputy President illegally, according to the Court of Appeal. But he was sworn in constitutionally because he was sworn in by the Registrar of the Judiciary in the presence of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. So, what the Court of Appeal told us is that the CJ was compromised. Are we together? By ruling that Gachagua's impeachment, all of it was a sham, they literally told us that CJ Martha Koome was compromised from the word go. Now, according to available sources, the current Deputy President Kithure Kindiki will face a rough time executing his role currently, as the Deputy President, days after Court of Appeal invalid his inauguration, which happened last year. Now, remember the appeal that Gachagua won. Among one of them was the appeal which was stopping the swearing in of a new Deputy President, who was Kithure Kindiki. But the High Court disregarded the petition by Rigathi Gachagua's lawyers. Now, the Court of Appeal has given merit to the petitions that were filed by the lawyers of Rigathi Gachagua. This comes currently as Embakasi Member of Parliament, James Gakuya, asks Kindiki to resign and pave way for Gachagua's reinstatement as the Deputy President of Kenya. The MP has demanded that Gachagua's security should now be beefed up immediately following the Court of Appeal's decision to invalidate Kindiki's swearing-in ceremony, which happened last year. Now, His Excellency President William Ruto and his deputy have stayed quiet since the Court of Appeal announced the verdict. Also, today, the head to the president, together with the friends, the whole cabal of MPs, senators, governors, MCAs, speaking on behalf of the president, did not touch on matters the ruling of the Court of Appeal today. They have been talking, throwing tantrums, saying that they will make sure that the new IEBC nominees are sworn in, ata tufanye nini, but they haven't in any way spoken on the ruling of the Court of Appeal because they know that the whole process was a sham and they cannot uphold it if the judicial system is to rule on this matter, on matters constitution. Because the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua was a whole a game of ego by President William Ruto and those beside him. They had nothing against this man. But because they had power and they had numbers, they resulted to playing games around to make sure that they impeached Kithure Kindiki. Now, MP Gakuya believes that due to the ruling, Gachagua should take his rightful position and Kindiki should also resign. However, this ruling is a major shakeup to the political circle, clearing pathway for more legal battles in the coming days. Now, let me ask you a question. We are hearing that they are going to reinstate the security of the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and give him the benefits that he deserves to have even as a former Deputy President. Now, let me ask you a question. Even if the Court of Appeal rules in favor of Gachagua and the whole impeachment case is ruled out and the whole impeachment is overturned, now about 6 months later, and we all know the optics of the current political dynamics of the Republic of Kenya. Can Kithure Kindiki, can Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto work together again? Can they result to working together again? It's a question that I'm asking. Can they go back to working together again? What can William Ruto offer to Rigathi Gachagua to make Rigathi Gachagua return to working with him? Remember that Gachagua today dared reveal that next week, which is starting from Monday tomorrow to Friday, he is going to declare and launch his political party, his new political party, which will be the new political outfit that he will use to rally the Mount Kenya region behind an opposition candidate that will vie against President William Ruto come the year 2027. So the question is, can these people, can Rigathi Gachagua forgo everything and decide to go back to working with President William Ruto? And if he goes, can he ever be followed by the people of the Mount Kenya region? Let me tell you one thing. If Rigathi Gachagua, in the wildest dreams possible, tries to go back to President William Ruto, na aljaribu kurudi Mlima Kenya, wanaweza chomwa yeye na Ruto. Let me tell you, Rigathi Gachagua cannot jeopardize the support that he has in the Mount Kenya region currently for anything. Because the man was nobody's favorite when he was put in as the deputy president. Hakuna mtu alipenda huyu jamaa. Let's be sincere. He got to be loved the moment he was impeached. He was so unpopular around the mountain. But when he was impeached, he became the favorite son of the Mount Kenya region. So if there is one thing that this man cannot jeopardize, is the support that he receives from the people of the Mount Kenya region. Na hilo, I tell you to take that to the bank and cash on it. But what we all should agree on is that the Court of Appeal will finally rule to uphold that all the petitions filed by Rigathi Gachagua's team had merits and the High Court did a shoddy job in upholding the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Tuko pamoja? Which tells you what? If Rigathi Gachagua cannot be reinstated as the deputy president, then he has to be compensated for his position. He has to be compensated for the loss. He has to be compensated for the defamation and torture, political torture, and even a brain psychological torture that he underwent during the whole impeachment sham and even career assassination that he underwent. Now tell me, how much can this government pay Rigathi Gachagua to compensate him for the damages done to his political career? Wadau, mchezo ndio unaanza. Tunasema mchezo ndio unaanza, na ambaye kwa sasa ameshika mpira na anakaribia goli ni Rigathi Geoffrey Gachagua. President William Ruto is a man in shambles right now. Tell me, what is your take in regards to this? Leave a comment to the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember, this is the Kenyan Daily Report TV.